everybody. It's another Friday night. I hope you all enjoyed your week thus far. I couldn't think of a clever title, so I just did something with law and judging and that kind of stuff. So let's get a move on. Lethus. Ah! Lord Captain, we are now. The ship has successfully changed the access scope. Oh! Yes. Okay. Okay. There we go. So we went over this last time. Ah! Dogmatic, +3. A sweet lie told by servants of the riven sky over and over, but not to worry, their end is nigh. You are not marred by the scabs of corruption, but you still choose to become a monster who would find no rest. Why? You think I'm the monster here, 3, I think. Hey! Leave the fish waifu alone. I need to get to the Arbites outpost. Of course you do. Where else? I know the way. I dream of their little fortress at night, overwhelmed in a flame. Yeah, yes. We've done this already. Alright,
Take a knee.
Okay.
And bow before me.
So, first things first. Okay. That is off limits right there. I made that mistake last time. What spot would be best for Cassia? Oh wait, that's Argenta. What am I doing? For right now, Argenta, Ooh, Argenta, where can you do the most damage? I'm gonna stick you right here. Okay. Cassia, I think you're okay where you are right now. Pascal, I'm gonna put you here. My guy, I'm gonna stick you over here. Actually, that's a bad idea, because I'm planning on using that to, smack a bitch.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
It could be.
Let your soul be purged.
Because I'm an asshole.
Me? If you insist, Lord Captain.
Voice of command.
If I may, I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Oh god.
You my eradicated. In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. Faith without deeds is worthless.
Yeah, that's fine.
Doubt is for the weak.
Oh yeah.
Emperor, give me strength.
A colossal mistake. Here we go.
I'll do it. You each strike is a prayer.
Okay.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak. As the Emperor commands, eradicated. Faith without deeds is each strike is a prayer. I will not.
Let's make it quick.
Oh, those guys are ranged, that's why.
Suits my purposes. Ha! Another clean strike. Already done.
Hold on.
A dance of blades and shadows. Ha! Trust me. I shall not fail. There is only death, yours or mine.
Let's test our skills, Galato. Advancing.
Okay. Let's just get the bonuses going here.
The scriptural prognosis is favorable. Running binaric override. My vow is to serve. Request approved.
What was claim bounty again? Oh, right. I forgot about that. Okay.
Out of my way. Let's get to it. Here we go.
That is foolishness. Isn't this a job for the serfs? I am a navigator. Try to die with grace, at least.
Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Cool.
Come. The other side awaits.
Oh. Change of tactics. Pascal, you are the best candidate. All right.
God Emperor, move through me! Be the fire in my heart! As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
Oh god, she's got so many.
As the Emperor commands, I act. None can escape the Emperor's judgment. Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is why I was chosen.
He survived with 1 frickin' HP. The lemon rust.
Suits my purposes. My tactics are flawless. Nothing I can't do. Suits my purposes. You didn't stand a chance!
Okay.
I'll live another day.
I mean, if you're going to be ever so kind as to put yourselves right there.
The undying Emperor whispers his will. as the tenants demand. As honor orders.
Have fun.
Caught by the villain brings you no pleasure. Trust me. I shall not caught by the web. This goes against the tenets.
Oh!
Hold the formation. The arbitrator judges. One of us would be enough.
Okay.
Hold on. Out of my way. Here we go.
Okay.
In the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail.
I'll do it. Doubt is for the weak.
Oh, it was a fucking massacre.
Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. Faith without eradicating. Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen. Each strike is a prayer.
Target.
The Emperor commands, I act. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Because that's just how Argenta rolls, apparently.
If I may,
Let's make it quick.
battlefields are always drowned in scarlet.
Hold on. Let's get to it.
Witness the fury of House Orselio.
Nice.
will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury.
I'll do it.
As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated.
I'll do it.
Each strike is a prayer. This is why I was chosen. For you, my Emperor!
Power up the tank!
Let's get to it.
Fire in the hole.
Eradicated.
The other side awaits. I am your blade and shield. Death is a blessing.
Hold on. Let's get to it. Let's get to it.
Oh, nosies.
Get to it.
I'm afraid not. Isn't this a job for the serfs?
As the Emperor commands, none can escape the Emperor's judgment. Each strike is a prayer.
Oh, yeah. Finishing it up. So much good shit. Holy shit. Reinforced flak. I already have the best that there is.
Ready for data input.
There's just death everywhere.
decided fine.
A death hymn. Interesting.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
All right. Is there anything good that we got? Ooh. Nope. Oh, the soul pattern elite powers. Give me a second here. Whispering Mercy. No, I'm good with what I got. Okay, Big man. Uh, 20 to 23. Hmm. Apparently I have 62. Okay, I'm never going to run out of those. Goddamn. Alright, 43%. Yeah. What else? What kind of helm can I give you? What are you? Deathcore of Krieg. Okay.
Follow my lead. We need to investigate.
I better myself through my service.
Oh. Come on, Ducko! This must have been a bitch to program, because now you've got to program in all those,
I won't tolerate weakness.
Hmm. 353rd Company, come in. This is Private Williger. I've lost my unit. I've been wandering in this infernal cargo maze for 5 full days now, requesting assistance. I've run out of rations. I'm hungry as a dog. I feel like eating the sling on my lasgun. I can see smoke, probably from some kind of camp. But I don't see a path to get there. I'll try to circle around. Williger out. This is Private Williger. Come in. I've lost sight of the smoke. I can't tell where I am now. I did find a container packed with delicacies, though. Something called roe. There seems to be eggs from actual genuine fish. All in synth capsules. Vacuum sealed. There's enough food for a whole company here. Maybe that'll get you to respond? Williger out. It's Williger. Come in. It's been a week. Respond. Anybody. I hate it. I hate roe. I can totally understand that.
It's about time.
We have important visitors. Subductor. Proctor Adriana Yeager. Proctor Adriana Yeager, Outpost T-M/255. Greetings, Rogue Critter. A woman addresses you who is hardly ancient, but whose life appears to have been arduous enough to turn her hair gray before its time. Oh, I needed that. A glass of water. Greetings, Jaeger. The lack of provisions and order here has driven the recruits to anarchy. You were supposed to keep the guardsmen in good shape. I'm waiting for an explanation. They have spawned extra mouths and rebelled against their commanders. There were too few of us to prevent this, but we will not issue a single extra ration merely over but we will not issue a single extra ration merely over of an abundance. We will not issue a single extra ration merely over of an unplanned human surplus. I won't even ask if you tried to petition the Administratum for additional provisions. I know it's not in your instructions, and I can see that you do not care about this human surplus, as you put it. Why is your landing pad blocked? I formally apologize on behalf of the Adeptus Arbites. We had been forced to stockpile shipments of weapons and explosives within the walls of the outpost to keep the living tithes from getting to them. The Marshal has ordered the tithe to be transported to Dargonis. Start loading the barges. Yeager lifts her gaze to the foul skies of Lethus. So that's how it is. After so many years. Understood, Rogue Trader. We'll begin loading immediately. Oh! Well, he's probably better off like that. "7 days! Lord Captain, your shuttle pilot reports that due to the loading activity, it is no longer possible to keep the shuttle on Lethus' surface. There's a risk of collision to the cargo handling mechanism. The shuttle will remain in orbit until it can safely land at the Arbites outpost and take you aboard." I apologize for the inconvenience, Rogue Trader. If it's any consolation, we are nearly done. One thing we still require in order to complete the loading procedure is a tithe inventory. The clerk, Tertius Quart, has it. As much as it offends me, I must ask you to return to the outpost. That said, retrieving the inventory without the clerk will also suffice. Oh, I must ask you to return to the outpost. I will see to the clerk. Where do I find him? The section that Quart is currently taking inventory of is not far from here. We have blocked the passage so that the living tithe does not bother the scribes. I will clear a way for you. She gives the data slate a quick few swipes of their finger. Is there anything else I need to know about the clerk? Hardly, but I can give you a brief resume. Like other scribes, Quart was personally selected by the prefect to maintain the inventory. He is meticulous, efficient, and incredibly committed. I saw him on several occasions, and he was always immersed in his work. Jaeger frowned slightly, perhaps even obsessively so. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I'm thinking back to a Caiaphas Cain short story about Jurgen. And Jurgen once says, the only time people keep accurate records of what's in stock is when someone's hiding something. Alright, I want to ask you about something else. What's the name, Rogue Trader? How did you keep the tithe safe with such a small force at your disposal? The first line of defense is secrecy. No one knows the coordinates of the world except the Marshal, and now you. The second is the automated defenses and the communication system between the warehouses. Each arbiter is responsible for their own sector and keeps it secure. There is also the last line of defense. It was provided to us by Theodora von Valentius at the request of the Adeptus Arbites. The bowels of Lethus are packed with cyclonic bombs manufactured to special order on Kiva Gamma. In the event of the imminent loss of the world to enemy attack, you will trigger the Oblivion Directive and completely annihilate the planet. The tithe is paramount. It cannot be allowed to fall into the wrong hands, and we are willing to go down with it to prevent that from happening. How? Yeager, how long have you been here? For many years, Rogue Trader. When I first set foot on Lethus, my hair was like a raven's wing, and there was a stupid certainty in my head that I would be here for a dozen cycles at most. Thankfully, Lethus has beaten the rotten habit of hoping and making plans out of me, and taught me patience and humility instead. I must take my leave. Okay.
None shall stand in my way.
Good. Oh, Pascal! Scoped shotgun.
What is your command?
Okay, this could be interesting. 35 to 40. Cool. That just seems a little bit silly, but you know what? I'll take it. Also, I saw something about warrior armor. Oh, hell yes. 73%? Goddamn yes. The 1 star. I just realized she's got a flat chest. That's annoying. But you know what? It's probably Games Workshop interfering. This is power armor, right? Yeah, it's a power. Braveheart. Yes, this is power armor. Okay.
Sins hidden in the heart turn all to decay.
A new challenge for
Nothing
me?
escapes my sight.
Okay, you saw something. What did you see? Okay. Oh. Oh.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Oh. I mistake my leave. Oh! Open the latch.
Something of interest.
Yes, it is. And it could also blow me up.
Never doubt me. These people were supposed to bring death to enemies of humanity. But instead they became trapped in this place. How many of them died here without ever having experienced the bliss of doing battle in the Emperor's name?
Too many.
Awaits.
Too many, Argenta. But don't worry, we'll fix that. Oh, well, there he is.
right there.
I rise to the occasion.
Oh god, he died inside there. That's... Ooh. Demolisher.
The Emperor favors me today.
Goods. The Coffin Maker's Sledge. That's a pop... Is that a power hammer? No, that's a power maul, not a power hammer. Somebody balls that up. Ow! Ah, yes. Hang on. Ooh. So... Down, yes. I didn't want that. Okay. Never mind. Yeah, the adept. Now he looks like an Arbites. God knows I had nothing else. Oh yeah, are you an overseer? Don't know.
Rejected.
He is. I see.
Blood is my life. Death is my duty.
Okay. Yep.
I won't.
I really shouldn't be doing this. I mean, I have endgame gear, for God's sake.
I am registering a violation of the standards of interaction with objects categorized as Imperial Tithe collected.
Strictly speaking, as long as I remain in the Rogue Trader's retinue, Anything he acquires from the storage world is still in the custody of the RBs. Throne, what do you want me to do? Set Glato on you all?
The gray-clad man taps his fingers on his data slate. His bulky head implant showers the surroundings liberally with sparks. Oh. 200 million? No! Didn't account for corrosion, but where? I am Seth von Valencius. I need the summary report on the tide. The clerk winces and mutters mechanically. Tertius Qualt, rank 3, scribe of the Departamento Catalogus, quantity 1. The inventory, it is dry, reddened eyes fixed upon you. There is no rogue trader on the inventory. Oh boy. There is no rogue trader on the inventory. I can't give you anything before I fill the form. So, let's start with the retinue. Relax, Tertius. There's no time for any further inventory taking. Just give us the report and we will take you to the shuttles without any trouble. The clerk's tense shoulders relax a little. I believe you, but the report. Just one more tiny bit of stock taking, alright? Fine, but make it quick. The clerk gets to work enthusiastically, as if he hadn't heard you. A member of the Adeptus Arbites, quantity 1. A non-standard issue Cybermastiff, quantity 1. Physical integrity, below average. Configuration, secondary. Jaw, prognathous and powerful. All of the above applies to both units. No offense, but I would not trust you with an inventory of Glydo's shit. What? With how deranged you are, and to think that someone gave you the Expanse's entire tithe to freely desecrate. A servitor of non-standard configuration, quantity 1. Frame, feeble. Functionality, dubious. Signs of subpar lobotomy evident. The unit's degraded cognitive capability is confirmed. The unit's functional value is unconfirmed. Requesting termination of vital functions in the name of mercy. A sister of the Adeptus Sororitas, quantity 1. Beauty, indescribable! Grace, perfect. Majesty, extraordinary. Dude, fuck off. She's mine. As soon as Owlcat puts in the goddamn Argenta, we all want the Owlcat. We all want the Argenta romance. You are inventing some lady of the court in place of the warrior you are looking at. What is this so-called inventory? A mutant with albinism, quantity 1. The gill slits suggest an ocean world origin. Noted, skin desiccated. Placement in liquid-filled tank recommended to avoid spontaneous disposal. The servant's colors are mad. Wait, did I just get called a fish? Yes, the... yes, it the fan base has been calling you a fish. A pale, lanky woman, quantity 1, multiple signs of battery, evident of malnourishment. Best category, fit, servant, subcategory, idlers. Perhaps I should carve your woods into his skin with my blade, Domin. He seems to want... Capella grins darkly. A written request. Oh. This concludes the inventory of the retinue. Proceeding to taking inventory of the rogue trader. Well, let's see what you have to say. A rogue trader, quantity 1. Bloodstain count on attire, 20. Could you turn around? Okay, turn around. 26. Equipment condition, excellent. Limb count, satisfactory. Appearance, unremarkable. Self-importance, elevated. Elevated self-importance? Me? What? Yes, the assessment is standardized. Don't argue with it. I like this guy. I do like... I like this guy. He's entertaining. I want him to be my court jester. Excellent. Very good. We're almost done. Now, to finalize your inventory record, please take off your clothes. Take your clothes off. You know what? I'm going all the way. No. You heard Solomon. Time is running out. The document court. No digressions. Please understand, I need time for additional inventory taking. Just a couple of years. No, decades. Rish's face brightens suddenly as his implant flashes again. Ah, yes, of course. Let me open the path to the cogitator. That's where the inventory is. Oh my god! Oh, I want to go. I swear to God, I want to go back and get all my retinue and just see what his comments on the retinue. Oh god, Jai would be hilarious.
It's about time.
We hit the container and things started to look bad on the old Heartless. We'll climb out once they unload the goods at the port. Okay. Okay. Uh-oh! So we found out who'd be pooping.
By the Lex, prepare.
Oh my god, it's Ambles! Oh! Oh, it's an Amble mother. Interesting. Oh, okay. I see now. I see. Okay. Cassia on there. Argenta up there.
If only that were possible. That is foolishness. Step aside. The navigator is coming.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
She brings all the Daka.
Eradicated. This is why I was chosen.
Well, she's a big girl.
I'll do it.
Negligible.
Rejoice in battle! As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. As the
Suck
Emperor
it!
commands, for you, my Emperor! This is why I was chosen!
Oh. Titties. Well,
is for the weak. Faith without deeds is worthless.
This might actually be a difficult thing to deal with.
I will leave footprints of scarlet. Let the blood of the wicked be shed, as thou hast willed. As honor ordains. Caught by the web. Trust me, my blade whispered. Killing brings me no pleasure. As the tenets demand.
Glato, we're undertaking this task.
Ooh, nice bite. Nice bite. Pascal, buddy. Buddy old pal, old buddy.
Running binary override. The scriptural prognosis is favorable.
All too easy. Not a problem for me.
Emperor, deliver us.
I'm not accustomed to being ordered around.
Power resides in the will of the righteous. I'll do it. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
I like how when I started this fight, I was so excited, like, ooh, ambles! Amble steak, and then, you know, I got this button, I'm like, okay, I'm tired of ambles now.
Doubt is for the weak. None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
Glato?
Let's test our skills, Glato.
Glato, sorry. Thank you for knocking him down. Nice. Do it. Holy God. 1,700, huh?
Suits my purposes. Nothing I can't do. All too easy. Suits my
Smack 'em.
purposes. That was insulting. Nothing I can't do. Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath.
Isn't this a job for the serfs? I'll show you why navigators are feared.
As honor ordains. Death comes in silence. I shall not fail. The shadows will. Death is a blessing.
Alright, let's move her. Oh. Oh, there she is.
As honor ordains, my blade whispers your name. Trust me, let your soul be purged. Count, the other side awaits. I would that I could. No. I shall not fail.
Balls.
If I may.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire in my heart. I'll do it.
Oh boy. Fire in the hole!
I refuse. Faith without deeds is why I was chosen. For you, my Emperor! This is why I was chosen. Guided by faith. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it. You, my Emperor! None can escape the Emperor's judgment. I better myself through my service.
Ah, a heretical shield. Go, Gleito! Gleito. Oh! My god, what the? Good doggo.
Follow my lead.
Ah. Well, Cabela. What cape are you currently wearing? Okay, okay. That seems like they're...
I'm restless.
Oops. The clerk gives you a hounded look, his implant crackling ominously. You've eliminated the ambles. Good. Good. I'm crossing them off the inventory. How many injuries have you sustained? I must account for the units of blood spilt. There is no cogitator with the inventory, is there? The clerk's eyes well up. I thought they would stop you. I have a job to finish. You can't imagine how hard this is. The workload, the responsibility. Please understand. I'm on my own here. Well, almost. The clerk adds in a conspiratorial whisper, there's another scribe here. He works at night and litters the reports with errors. Why were so few clerks assigned to the entire planet? There used to be more of us. 5 died of exhaustion. 3 were killed in a collapse of tithe assets. 2 were eaten by ambles. Another 10. No, I don't know. Administratum replenishments are too rare. This world is too highly classified. Alright, how'd the ambles get here in the first place? Ambles, repulsive, aggressive pests. They adapt to any environment. This world is infested with them. And they got to the tithe and gobbled everything they saw. And I had to update the inventory. The clerk's voice falters and turns into inconsolable weeping. Alright, where's the inventory? It's incomplete! The scribe recoils and clutches his head with a moan. The inventory is in my implant, and it's notifying me of unaccounted for assets all the time. Oh, okay. Okay. I feel bad for this guy. The inventory is in my implant, and it's notifying me of unaccounted for assets all the time. The clerk whimpers. His implant creaks in response. My head is the inventory. Alright. As much as I hate to distract you, you're coming with me. The clerk sobs and lowers his sparking head, ready to follow you.
Watching the lazy handle sacred technology breaks my heart, figuratively speaking. My cardiovascular
None shall stand in my way.
more than high blood pressure.
I kind of feel for the poor guy, you know? Like, he's basically anytime his implant senses that there's an issue with the inventory, it tortures him. Which, now that I think about it, is perfectly, it makes perfect sense with, Warhammer, but at the same time, just like, dude, you poor bastard.
A new challenge for me?
Rogue Trader, we are now in the final stages of the loading process. Consequently, your shuttle is finally able to maneuver around and land. As soon as the matter of the inventory is settled, you'll be free to depart. Alright, here's your clerk. What's next? We don't have much time. We don't have much left to load. The bulk of it is already on the barges. The rest is being delivered automatically. We merely need to decide what to do with the living tithe. They have bred irresponsibly and are now twice as numerous as before. Yeah, yeah, throw out something rotten. Proctor Yeager nods without taking her eyes off her data plate. Evidently, the fate of these people interests her only within the framework of statistics, and it is settled. Your shuttle is ready to depart. We will take care of Watcher of Lethus. The space around you suddenly fills with screeches and crackles that pour from every Vox Castron speaker. Then you hear a deep male voice. Query. Invitation to the Von Valencia's orbital station. Uploading. Coordinates. The shuttle's central cogitator. Complete. Purpose. Finalizing the Oblivion Directive. The voice goes into a guttural, gurgling cough. Tarry not, Offspring. If you delay, you'll be blown up along with the extraneous subjects. Blast it! Yeager whispers, her data slate, and grabbing her data slate. Who are you? Answers. Yes, we have always had a thirst for knowledge. I will satisfy your curiosity when you come to me. I need to know if you have what it takes to see this through. Now hurry! This world will soon cease to exist. Yeager's data slate is flashing a panicked red. The augurs are recording anomalous seismic activity. Someone has started arming the cyclonic bombs in the bowels of Lethus. The machine spirits are rejecting all counter-litanies. The planet is done for. We cannot stop this. Her lips tighten into a white streak, and her data slate falls to the floor. The Proctor raises her weapon, followed by the rest of the Arbiters. I demand an explanation, Rogue Trader. Why can't we block the Oblivion? Who is your accomplice? Just as clueless as you are. Allow me to explain. You seized the tithe by somehow obtaining both the Marshal and the Administratum's authorizations. Then, an accomplice contacted you and tricked the machine spirits into activating the destruction of the world with cyclonic bombs, bomb delivered years ago from Von Valencia's world, I should add. All that's left to do is to get away and cover your tracks. Did I miss anything? Enough, Yeager. Not only are your efforts not helping to protect the tithe, they are actually hurting the cause. Lay down your weapons before you make one final mistake. I see you no longer serve the Lex Imperialis, but the interests of a rogue trader. Yeager resolutely clutches her weapon. Could we perhaps try to avoid bloodshed? That depends entirely on you and what you're about to tell me. Yeah, coercion. Yep. I hate that my retinue is better than. Oh god. It's quite simple. Either you'll wait on my ship while I sort everything out, or you'll perish ignominiously by my hand. Are you so confident you have the upper hand? Yeager's eyes dart all over you, clearly reassessing the threat in your favor. Did you hear those strange noises on the Vox line? This is what intercepted transmission sounds like. Why would one of my servants do that? Perhaps someone is trying to frame you, or there is even more convoluted motives involved. Excellent. Now get off the planet, let me fix this shit, and we can all go home. The bolter's muzzle lowers slowly, as if overcoming an invisible obstacle. I see no need for further confrontation. Consider the issue settled for now. We will board your flagship, and we will investigate the identity of the perpetrator. Let us return to this matter in the Marshal's presence on Dargonis. Well, let's get the hell out of here.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
A human torso is built into the massive cogitator. Countless cables entangle the shriveled body and stake under the pale skin. Identification, Rogue Trader von Valencius, initiating the final stage of Oblivion Directive. A ragged wheeze escapes the Vox grill, and the man's speech becomes more animated and bilious. You have arrived at last, offspring. At last, everything ends. Go on, take the last step, confirm the execution of the directive, and in doing so, destroy Lethus. Take its riches and free me from this unbearable vigil. Explain what is going on, now. You really do not know. Did she choose not to tell you, or did she not get the chance? It doesn't matter anymore. Yours is the blood of the dynasty, and so I'm compelled to give you this answer. The man announces in a mechanical voice, Supreme Ordinance, the arrival of the head of the von Valencius dynasty, with the purpose of complete extraction of the ties, triggers the immediate activation of the Oblivion Directive by the Watcher of Lethus. At the moment of the directive's activation, the machine spirits of the initiation system are bound in Prometheus Proxima class Cogni Shackles. The Cogni Shackles cannot be removed by any means. The directive guarantees the Rogue Trader's acquisition of the planet's assets and the destruction of Lethus, presented as being caused by the actions of an enemy of humanity. Oh, so Theodora just wanted to steal the tithe. So, Lady Theodora intended to steal the tithe from the start. She arranged the world's destruction to cover up her tracks and installed a servant to keep an eye on things, and even made a contingency plan in case of her own death. All she needed was an opportune moment, like this one. With the expanse being torn apart, the planet's death looks convincing. Were you the one who intruded on my conversation with Vigdis prior to our landing on Lethus? Yes, I needed to exchange codes with the flagship in order to identify the vessel and its owner. I had to sift through onboard communication channels and systems to verify the new Lord Captain's data and his right to be one. You want me to claim the tithe for my own? I have long since been robbed of the luxury of freely expressing my thoughts. I'm merely quoting Theodora's plan. This qualifies for a culprit's confession, except the culprit himself is dead, and judging the creature would be pointless. Still, we must decide what to do next, Rogue Trader. Solomorn gives you a long look before continuing. If the Marshal learns the whole truth, it will make things difficult for everyone. It will make things difficult for everyone. It is better that you redress Theodora's crimes by sending part of the tithe to support the afflicted worlds of the Expanse and delivering the rest of the Administratum. I fully agree with you. Good, I've had enough complications for one mission. I've decided what to do. Yeah, iconoclast, definitely. You are a better person than Theodora was. Do not take this as a compliment. It is an extremely detrimental quality for a rogue trader. The rogue trader has spoken. The barges will go where he has decreed, and the Watcher of Lethus has served his purpose. I had hoped I would feel relief. I know that it's there, locked inside my protocols, and she wanted me to know and not feel. The Watcher's head hits his sunken chest. Even at the moment of his death, he was denied the elation of freedom. The vid screens of the cogitator flicker, trying to process the influx of data, then fade all at once.
I'm still new to the art of exploring.
Operation successful. This explorator is blessed with multifunctionality.
Lady Theodora's mantle. That's kind of cool. Your Voxcaster hisses softly, drawing your attention. It seems someone has been hailing you for some time now. Lord Captain, your immediate intervention is required. The barges you sent to Darkonis have been attacked by the enemy ships that just emerged from warp. Alright. Prepare for battle, for I am coming.
For the glory of the dynasty.
So there should be way more barges than this. How many enemies are there? Alright, well, first things first.
Annihilate. Bleed them. Leave the hull strewn across the stars.
I didn't think that one through.
Set the course.
Oh! Oh, crap sack.
Torpedoes! Fire the lance batteries! Lay in the course.
Well, that didn't help, but okay.
Fire right now!
Stay on him. A Falchion class frigate. Okay, so. Oh, a Fury Interceptor. Oh, crap. Well, looks like we're dogfighting.
Unleash our vengeful salvo! Bleed them! Set the course.
Their shields down! Crush them!
Leave their hull strewn across the stars! The time has come.
Hard bank. Yeah, they're not gonna help. Okay. Go get him! More enemy ships incoming. Oh, God. Go get him. Oh, that sucks.
Torpedoes locked. This one's going down.
Their fate awaits them.
Lay in the course.
They're coming home!
Annihilate them. Bleed them.
Come on.
Do not hesitate. Show no mercy.
Set the course. The time has come.
Oh! God damn, that came out better than I thought.
Macro cannon, volley!
Yeah, they're moving to come home. Blow up, please.
Unleash! Fire! Right now!
We broke their shield. Now break their spirit.
Leave their hull strewn across the stars! Another salvo! Fire the lance batteries.
Do not miss your chance, Elantak.
Lay in the course.
I should have gone for the ram. Ooh, do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Fair enough.
This one's going down.
Their shields down. Crush them.
Yes, melt a bomb melter.
Fit for the Fon Valancius annals.
Damn right. Reporting, all enemy vessels were destroyed. When these upstarts get the message, you attack a rogue trader, you'll be floating in the void. Like a dead rat in a lower decker's soup. And what are the barges? Successfully translated into the warp and are now on their way to their designated coordinates, Lord Captain. Alright. Who were they? Well coordinated, well equipped, signatures encrypted. Those weren't some nameless void rebel. They were professionals, mercenaries, Lord Captain. Okay, how'd they know where we were? Traitors. Some of them had infiltrated the crew. A dozen voidsmen, a few officers, and drone, even one astropath. That eyeless scumbag sent his mates the system's coordinates when we arrived. Their ship must have been patrolling the region in hopes of discovering Lethus. Where are these traitors? I wish to interrogate them. The Master-at-Arms handled their interrogation personally, and she managed to break the most resistant ones. In short, we learned that they wanted to destroy part of the tithe and retreat. Strange behavior for pirates, wouldn't you agree? The last one spat out a cryptic warning to his along with his entrails. By the time you get back to the Dark Honest, it'll be too late. I don't know what that means exactly. It means we have to... It means we gotta, yeah, get to Dark Honest as quickly as fucking possible. Okay. Oh, hello. Alright, now that we're back on the regular lanes... Foulstone? God damn it. To Dark Honest! Sergeant Port, Lord Captain, the barges carrying the tithe have been seized and are heading off in an unknown direction. Multiple sources are voxing the flagship at once. I detect signatures of several noble houses in the Administratum. Who dared seize the sacred tithe? We are getting reports of it being an order of the Adeptus Administratum. We received several official forms to the effect that Dark Honest's orbit is currently deemed unsafe for tithe storage due to an unspecified threat that has sprung up on the world in your absence. What do the noble houses want? The box is silent for several minutes. The messages have no discernible structure or cause. Professions of loyalty, audience request, even pleas for leniency. One thing is clear, Lord Captain. Something has agitated the upper echelons of the nobility. In other words, they are scared. Alright, what does the Administratum message say? You are requested to come to the Palace of Justice in person. The prefix speaks of a terrible heresy that is threatening the Von Valencia's protectorate. While you were away, steps were taken to prevent the spread of the corruption. However, your presence is required to make the final decision. Prefect Voltaire will meet you in person for a confidential conversation. What say you, Solomon? Solomon? The box is silent for a while. It appears you have no choice if you want to help your subjects. Although I don't like what's going on, I would advise you go to the palace, if nothing else, to find out what you can do to protect your people. I could not ignore this if I wanted to, so let us find out what heresy is threatening my domain. As you will, Lord Captain. Palace of Justice, once again. Prefect Inscribia Voltaire raises her eyes here. Rogue Trader Von Valencius, welcome back to the Palace of Justice. Alright. What is happening on Dark Honest? What is the cause of the panic, and why this private conversation? Ah, is the world under attack? Are there any casualties? No physical harm has come to your protectorate during your absence. Voltaire shakes her head. However, the threat of a different kind of heresy looms over the capital. Prefect peers at your face. Her voice sounds strange, deeper, calmer, less cantankerous than usual. Have you pondered the nature of heresy, Von Valencius? Perhaps, to your mind, heresy is merely limited to Xenos, Warpspawn, and Insurgents. But there are other heresies, whose existence is far more easily forgotten. Those of negligence, avarice, of confusion and disorder. What are you getting at? Rogue Trader Seth Von Valencius, in accordance with the amendment to Decree 64-98/DF issued by the Adeptus Administratum and the Adeptus Arbites, you stand accused of countless heresies that threaten the sacred tithe and the well-being of the Protectorate. All related statements have been formulated and evidence of your crimes registered. The proceedings will commence as soon as you and your accomplices present yourselves at the accused. As the accused, the prefect looks at you with the eyes of a snake. A trial awaits, said. I hate to break it to you, I'm a rogue trader. I have, short of a directive from the High Lords of Terra. Yeah, I'm a rogue trader. As far as I'm aware, short of an order issued directly from the High Lords of Terra or the Inquisition themselves, you don't have authority over me, bitch. I'm serious. Like, no one has authority over me save for the High Lords, the Emperor himself, obviously, and this was all one carefully orchestrated spectacle, wasn't it? The prefect, who was about to turn away, stops and glances back at you with a fatigued look. Ah, awareness 92. Excellent. You spied on me. You knew of every word I said. How does it feel to sneak glances at one whom you could never hope to become? Your taunt hits its mark. An angry grimace passes over the prefect's face. She immediately recomposes herself, but it's too late. You saw how much your words offended her, and she knows that you caught her reaction. Unsubstantiated conjecture mixed with inflated sense of self-importance. I am honored to do my duty whatever his will commands me to be. Your only goal has been to get your hands on the tithe from Lethus. Not everyone is driven by greed and thrill-seeking, rogue trader. I see your position has clouded your mind. Regrettable, but unsurprising. Without due discipline in judgment and actions, it is only the most likely terminus. Just admit it. You set me up. The prefect sighs heavily. I shouldn't have even tried to hear you out, rogue trader. She gives a nod to the arbiters, signaling them to escort you to the accused stand. I could do it, but you know what? Alright, allow myself to be escorted to the trial. So be it. Let's see what you have prepared for me. In the name of the God Emperor, the Von Valencius dynasty stands accused of betraying the Imperium. To the murmurs of all, the prefect picks up a scroll bearing the Administratum seal. The trial is public so that all may see the rogue trader's heresies and know that status and power are no shield against righteous punishment. Marshal Strax, you have the floor. State the list of crimes against the Lex Imperialis that will be examined here today. Once again, I am above all of that. Aside from a direct order from the High Lords of Terra, at least as far as I'm aware. With practical skill, Strax's voice reverberates through the hall, conspiring to steal the sacred tithe, undermining the legitimate authorities on the Imperial world, involving sorcery and damage to the tithe, conceiving and executing plans to disrupt sector-wide tithe shipments. Listen in silence. Strock finally finishes listing your crimes. There is a momentary pause in the hall. Let the record show that the defendant disregarded the opportunity given to him to repent, which only adds to the gravity of his guilt. We'll proceed to the examination of the individual heresies committed by the defendant. Conspiring with the captain of the Heartless to steal the sacred tithe upon arriving on Mycad and Minoris, the rogue trader aided Captain Sargona in loading the tithe onto his ship under the cover of a planetary riot. Seth Von Valencius later eliminated his accomplice using the Adeptus Arbites forces led by Proctor Anthar. The Proctor attempted to appease the rogue trader's greed by offering the frigate known as the Heartless in exchange for the safety of the tithe. the rogue trader boarded the ship in an attempt to seize the tithe. His actions led to the death of a squad of arbiters. Proctor Anthar alone survived the rogue trader's murderous ploy. Seth von Valencius personally eliminated his accomplice, Captain Sargona, in order to destroy the evidence of his schemes. The prefect looks up from the scroll and sweeps her indifferent gaze over you. Do you have anything to say in your defense? I'm bored of this farce. By the right granted to me by the sacred warrant, I declare this trial concluded and you both guilty. Attack. Yeah. Yes, Cassia. I can but appeal to your own common sense, Marshal Strax. Can you recall even one instance where a heretic attempted to steal a tithe while taking a few dozen arbitrators along for company? Strax frowns doubtfully. It is certainly an unorthodox tactic, perhaps even suicidal. No, I cannot recall such cases. Let a new charge be added to the record, attempting to manipulate an official. Marshal, I hope I do not need to remind you of your duty. Giving Strax a suspicious look, the prefect turns back to the document. According to the calculation of the tithe transferred from the Heartless, the Administratum was short 3 units of volume. It is presumed the rogue trader did not risk seizing more in the presence of the proctor, but even 1 ounce unaccounted for makes the tithe incomplete. Let us move on to Thessera. This world underpaid the appropriate tithe amount, a crime that should have been remedied by the rogue trader escorting Proctor Anthar to that backward world. Proctor, you are hereby called to testify. Describe what happened on the planet. When we arrived on Thessera, the rogue trader and I were drawn into the machinations of the planetary governor. He used sorcery on the Emperor's anointed, but the rogue trader managed to overcome the effects of the ritual and do battle with the heretics. The governor was executed, and we... A lie uttered in the Palace of Justice is a serious offense, Proctor. Lito, retrieve recording Thessera 84/Alpha. The prefect nods to the marshal, removes the device from his belt. The press of a button, and Lito responds with a sharp metallic clang. The Cybermastiff paws, carry him to Strax. The Cybermastiff's entire body begins to tremble, his feet clawing up tiny sparks. Then he projects a pic recording from his eyes onto the floor. The footage depicts a scene from Lito's viewpoint. The quality is terrible, but you can make out the hall where the sculptor is conducting a sinister ritual. You see Maeve interfere with the ritual, and the beam of warp energy connecting the two of you. You hear Solomorn's command. The scene changes, and you see Maeve, or rather yourself in Maeve's body, wandering through the streets of Thessera. The next clip brings you back to the hall where Solomorn is firing on the altar. The events in the recording are echoed by a dragging pain in your muscles and a fog in your head. Pain flits across Solomorn's granite face, and he looks at the dog. You have used us as a tool against the rogue trader from the beginning. Such tricks and schemes are unworthy of the RBDs. As we can observe, Proctor Anthar destroyed the heretical altar, and then a fight ensued in which the Psyker died. There's not a single shred of evidence that the rogue trader actually overcame the sorcery. It is more likely the person standing for us is a heretic and creature of corruption. Did you watch the entire recording? Notice any differences in behavior? Did you? Well... Strax huffs a laugh. You seem to be offended by the insinuation that you are prone to fainting spells. Well, it is quite strange. Marshal? The old woman stares at the arbitrator without blinking, as if hypnotizing him. Finally, convinced that the Marshal's conversation with you is over before it even began, she returns to her papers. The prefect leafs through a few pages in a folder. The court also takes note of the pernicious effect of the rogue trader's handling of the Emperor's servants entrusted to his authority. Since arriving from Thessera, the rogue trader has done his duty by passing judgment on several subjects within the walls of this hallowed halls. The prefect picks up the sheet of notes and wrinkles her nose. Connivance at the doleful heart's fanaticism. and the loss of valuable astropath resulted in the appointment of a new choir master. That same day, he lost several messages of utmost importance, thus sparking a war between two Coronis Expanse worlds. As of now, one of those worlds has been completely destroyed, and the other deemed uninhabitable. Inscribia picks up a scroll that carries the Ecclesiarchy seals. Allow me to read out the decision of the honored representative of the St. Drusus mission. We branded the one who dared subject Anvilas, the holy votary of the faith, to horrible torture, a heretic, an associate of evil of every kind. At the moment, the Cardinal's mental state is cause for concern. Not only has he developed fondness for bloody rites and repulsive forms of self-flagellation, but he has also on several occasions injured members of his congregation who were trying to make donations to him. Well, bugger. Lord Molas, deemed to be alive, committed a transgression of soft-heartedness in running his family's enterprise. He released all his convicted workers and terminated the contract with his primary suppliers, citing their moral qualities. His actions resulted in 12 kilotons of undelivered food rations across several recipients. First, the Administratum is unable to do its duty. First, the Administratum is unable to do its duty and asks for help, and now it has the audacity to criticize the verdicts of a rogue traitor. Prefect, your accusations do not merely cast aspersions on the competence of the Administratum, they challenge the sanctity of the decisions of the Emperor's anointed. These cases were under the jurisdiction of the Lex Dargonis. Responsibility for the consequences lies with you. Your words are true. Crimes committed after a verdict or cause are... Your words are true. Crimes committed after a verdict are cause for new convictions, not... Marshal, enough. Not a single muscle twitches on the prefect's face, but her eyes blaze with barely suppressed annoyance. Moving on, the defendant was placed in an unprecedented position of trust by the Adeptus Arbites and the Administratum. He was entrusted with the coordinates of a world where the tithe of the entire Coronis Expanse is held. As agreed, the defendant was to transport the sacred tribute to Dargonis, but what did he do? The Marshal snaps his fingers over Glido's head. The Cybermaster flinches as if from a bolter shot, but obediently plays another recording. You recognize Solomorn's voice. So Lady Theodora intended to steal the tithes from the start. She arranged the world's destruction to cover her tracks, and installed a servant to keep an eye on things. And even made contingency plan in case of her own death. All she needed was an opportune moment, like this one. With the Expanse being torn apart, the planet's death looks convincing. Tithe theft, orchestrated by Theodora von Valencius, committed by the defendant, witnessed by Proctor Anthar. I sent a portion of the tithe for rebuilding the I sent a portion of the tithe for rebuilding of the Expanse. I sent a portion of the tithe for the rebuilding of the Expanse. It will serve the people better than leaving it to rot in your coffers forever. The sacred tithe is not intended to be used by anyone other than the Adeptus Administratum, the deliverers of his will. Strax does not turn to look at Inscribia, but you have no doubt about whom he is addressing. The Adeptus Administratum, like the Adeptus Arbites, only oversees the allocation of the tithe. I do not need to remind you of that, do I, Prefect? The old woman snatches up the next parchment. How good of you to speak up, Gregoris. As an addendum to proceeding, we'll be examining the heresies of Solomorn Anthar resulting from his moral failure to oppose the greed of the heretic von Valencius. Something inside Glyto clicks, and Solomorn's voice begins to play. If anyone had told me before that I would be thinking about things like that, I would probably have caved their face in. But the truth is, I no longer see heresy in such thoughts. If the Marshal learns the whole truth, it will make things difficult. Yes, Solomorn is his own master. I do not choose for him, but if you think an Arbiter's tenets can be so easily broken by any passing stranger, then you insult the very core of the Adeptus Arbites. Haha! I answered all of them. Coercion test succeeded. The rogue trader is right. If the arbitrator has dared to stray from the Lex, then he was never an arbitrator. The fault lies with me for not seeing the weakness in his heart in time. Well, the proceedings are near their conclusion. The prefect looks around at the nobles of Darganas gathered in the hall. The collection of transgression and heresies that has been brought before the court of the God Emperor's servants has once and for all branded the rogue trader an abomination, who through all his deeds has sought to satisfy petty and base desires rather than truly serve him. You are here today to witness the fall of the Von Valentius dynasty and the long-awaited punishment that will be served upon us. Houses of Darganas, do you reject the authority of this heretic? Urban Drystem. If I might interrupt, Mistress Volter. Urban Drystem, the governor of Darganas, visibly nervous at the sight of the armed arbitrators, nevertheless raises his head haughtily. We are much obliged to you for arranging this gathering. The emphasis on that last word leaves no doubt that the noble's presence at the palace was involuntary. However, all that has now taken place here does not change the facts. House von Valentius holds the warrant of trade. House von Valentius is a rogue trader dynasty, and no amount of legal contortion will change that. House Drivestem is loyal to the rogue trader. Toriana Gaprak makes the sign of the Aquila. No shadow shall fall upon the name of von Valentius or eclipse the radiance of the beneficent rogue trader line. Whatever your mechanical dog may say, House Gaprak is loyal to the rogue trader. Macarius Sourback raises his head, his eyes burning with an almost deranged loyalty. Venerating the letter of the law is not fidelity to justice. Straying from the tenets of the Lex is not discerning the essence of truth Straying from the tenets of the Lex is not discerning the essence of truth and the granting of retribution. The man is silent for a few seconds before he almost shouts out, House Sourback is loyal to the rogue trader. Lamentio Wassarian looks straight at you as if the prefect does not even exist. She makes a sign to the Aquila and speaks in a low voice. House Wassarian is loyal to the rogue trader. Allow me to address... Proctor Adriana Yeager. Allow me to address you, even though I am not of the first families of Darganas. Proctor Yeager, Adeptus Arbites, Lethus Outpost. Seth von Valentius made every effort not only to save the tithe, but also the Arbites contingent stationed on Lethus. I propose that such an act would have been entirely nonsensical if the rogue trader was intent on simply stealing the tithe. End of report. You rescued the arbitrators from Lethus. Oh, cool. Prefect Volter stiffens as though what she heard has come as a very unpleasant surprise. Her slender fingers grip the armrest of her chair, her knuckles cracking. This world and its denizens are rotten to the core. The prefect draws herself up straight with such force that you hear the arduous grinding of her implants. Her voice is cold and slightly tremulous. Decree GC-781/89. Supplement 982. For tithe theft, participation in foul sorcery, and other crimes against the Imperium, Seth von Valentius is sentenced to death. The property of the dynasty is hereby confiscated, placed under the oversight of the Adeptus Administratum. Any last words, Convict? Yeah, by the God Emperor's will, the Von Valentius dynasty was granted a warrant of trade. Go against me, and you go against the God Emperor. Marshal Strax and Prefect Volter are hereby sentenced to death. Those who aided and abetted them in this plot will share the same fate. Now, I want to twist the knife just a little bit more. Like, I know it'd be totally easy for me to go dogmatic. But I want to twist the knife a little bit more. Marshal Strax, you have heard my arguments in the Prefect's distorted version of the truth. Do you require yet more information before you denounce the real culprit? There is weight to your arguments, Rogue Trader, but even if you are right about the Prefect, that does not immediately disprove all the accusations against you. The right to judge is granted by the God Emperor. Can you swear at this moment you are guided by the Lex Imperialis and not someone else's intent? Inscribia heaves a breath, ready to launch into a vehement tirade, but the Marshal raises his right hand and everyone falls silent. That is enough, Volter. I trusted you, and I failed to notice when your wise counsel turned into instructions and orders. When my every action became subject to your avaricious schemes rather than the Lex. But now I see things with perfect clarity. The way you try to manipulate the truth to achieve your ends. Clenching his fist, Strax thunders. You turned me into a puppet and then trampled on his laws. Prefect Inscribia Volter, you are charged with fraud, attempted assassination of the Emperor's anointed, and undermining the foundation of the Lex Imperialis. Surrender now and accept a dignified death. I must refuse, Marshal Gregorus Strax. I charge you with treason against the Imperium and conspiring with the heretic. Fangs of the Expanse, to battle! Well,
Submit, and you'll die quickly!
You dare cross the faithful?
Oh my god. Okay, Gabella? Argenta. Cassia. Solomorn.
Do not dare ask. Be careful not to cross my gaze. I am a navigator, not a servitor.
Doubt is for the weak. But you, my emperor! In thy light I stand, and thy light I crave. I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. This is unacceptable. I will not.
In the name of House Orselio, I shall prevail.
I will bathe this battlefield in righteous fury. As the Emperor commands, I act. I'll do it.
I have no idea if this will work, but if I can just blow through, this will be fucking hilarious.
Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen. Faith without deeds is worth. I'll do it. This is why each strike is a prayer.
Oh yes, your dueling tactics. Ah! Ha, 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 ha. What? What are you laughing about? I just killed your ass. Like how?
Rejoice in battle. Emperor. As the Emperor commands, this is why I was chosen. I'll do it. For you, my Emperor!
Accusation, blood idolatry. Blood splashes from your attacks must not affect any creature. Blood splashes from your attacks must not affect any creature. If their guilt is proven at the... Oh god.
Let not the righteous live. May their blades be sharp. The shadows will see it done.
Weapon at the ready.
It's nothing!
The Emperor's justice, scum! My faith strengthens me.
That seems...
As the Emperor commands, I... I'll do it. As the Emperor commands, I act. Doubt is for the weak. This is why I was chosen. I'll do it.
The Lex is inescapable.
Moving out.
Requesting backup! Follow my lead.
Activate calculated fury algorithm.
Die? No, didn't work. That's okay.
I must not falter. Follow my lead. Onward.
Seth von Valencius.
Suits my purposes. Nothing I can't do.
There we go.
Suits my
There
purposes.
we go.
I don't have time for this.
Shift 9.
Absolutely not. Nothing I can't
Pop
do.
him in the face. Round 2. Oh, God. Are you foe or friend? Oh. Do not use your navigator abilities against your allies.
Me? You insist, Lord Captain.
tenants demand. I cannot serve you in this way. Trust me.
None can escape the Emperor's judgment. The enemies of the Emperor will be undone! As the Emperor commands, I act. Faith without deeds is worthless. Guided by faith! I'll do it. Power resides in the will of the righteous. Doubt is for the weak.
3%, that's true. But here's the problem.
I refuse. I'll do it. Faith without deeds is worth you, my Emperor!
We're just gonna keep shooting you, dude. You might as well just drop dead.
Commands, I'll do it. This is why I was chosen. As the Emperor commands,
I love blessed bolter casing.
Faith without deeds is what for you, my Emperor!
Just 100% accuracy on single shot. Can never fail. She has DACA and she's a sniper.
Doubt is for the weak. Eradicated. This is unacceptable.
Shit. Okay.
I'll do it.
The arbitrator judges.
Do it! Doggy bites!
Weather the storm. To the heretics.
Nyeh.
Stay vigilant.
Only 3 left. Who are the 3? The Hall of Justice is burning.
Follow my lead.
Isn't this a job for the serfs?
Hit me.
I'm afraid not.
I shall not killing. Brings me no pleasure. Caught by death is a blessing. As honor or death, let your soul be purged. This goes against the tenets. Killing brings me no pleasure.
Prefect Volta kneels before you. Scores of fragile implants all over her body are twitching convulsively, giving her the appearance of a crushed insect. The prefect lets out a cough, then an unnerving smile appears on her lips. I at least had to try. I served the Von Valencia's protectorate faithfully for over 100 years, painstakingly cultivating order where others had failed to do so. While you and your ancestors sowed anarchy and havoc with your ever-changing whims, I stood on as the linchpin that kept this domain from sinking into criminal disarray. It was because of me that this gargantuan system continued to function with barely a flaw. The only source of disruption was you, the rogue traitors, yes! I at least had to try. Try what? To take my protectorate for yourself? The protectorate isn't yours, and it never was. Have you not read your own warrant even once? Every conquest, every planet claimed by a rogue trader belongs to the Imperium. You are supposed to act as its vassal, nothing more. This is true. But rogue traders are incapable of efficient rule. All that drives you is your craving for profit and reckless exploits. The limitless potential of the Protectorate is wasted in the hands of spoiled fools, and I am tired of watching you desecrate the very foundations of the Imperium. If it weren't for you, the Protectorate would be operating for the good of the throne as impeccably as a sacred machine of the Omnissiah. You could have negotiated with me, voiced your dissatisfaction, and we could have found a way. Instead, oh, that's just mean. It would be a pity to lose such a valuable professional. I sentence you to work in tithes. No. You have forgot. Never. The counterparty always bends in terms to its advantage. As the weapon roars and Scribia Volta's body is reduced to dust, Marshal Gregorus Strox takes a measured step forward, his armor clanging. You must judge me also, rogue trader. I have shamed the Adeptus Arbites by succumbing to Prefect Volta's manipulations and betrayed the Lex Imperialis, the very law I was meant to uphold. I am guilty. I insist that you pass the sentence and carry it out immediately. Yeah. I consider this measure unduly lenient, but I have no right to protest your decision. for your judgment is final. Strox sets his shield down and detaches his carapace and places it over the shield. Now clad in only his undersuit uniform, he looks smaller without his armor and very tired. I, Marshal Gregorus Strox, am stepping down from my post. I am no longer fit to wear this armor. May its new wearer bring honor to the Lex. The rest of the room stands still. All eyes turn to you. The final verdict. What you say now will decide the fate of not just the Adeptus Arbites, but justice in the Coronis Expanse as a whole. Dr. Solomor Nanthar, as ruler of Dargonis and head of the Von Valencius dynasty, I name you the new Marshal of the Adeptus Arbites in the Coronis Expanse. See to it that the Arbites once more become faithful servants of the Lex Imperialis under your leadership. Your decree carries great weight, but my assignment will not happen so quickly. There is no precedent for electing a new Marshal in the Expanse, not to mention that the Lord Marshal is unable to participate in the process. We will have to develop a new procedure, otherwise we arbitrators will not accept these changes. Until my official assignment, though, I will lead as acting head of the Adeptus Arbites. Justice is done. My judgment is made. Among the broken fragments of the great scales and the burning Arbites banners, the people kneel as one. The verdict has been announced. Whatever the future may hold, one thing is certain: the Coronis Expanse will not be the same.
Victory awaits!
Okay.
What is that?
A hotshot lasgun. Interesting. A Mars pattern power maul, combat shotgun, solid shield, a reinforced Tempestus carapace. Interesting.
Follow my lead!
All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are coming up to... Well, before I do anything, I want to go back to Thessera. I want to see if there is anything different. Okay. Okay, so it looks like we have to play out to the end of the game. So, that's about a 4 to 5 hour... That's going to take me about 4 to 5 hours. Because I have to play out the end of Chapter 4. Yeah. Or I have to play out the end of Chapter 5. So, next week... we will once again redo the end of Chapter 5 and see how that changes everything. And then after that, I think I stand with what I said earlier. After that, we will I think I'm gonna start I'm gonna wait to see what season 2 of the. I'm gonna wait to see what's available in season 2 in terms of the. In terms of the content being offered for DLC, and we'll probably start. We'll either start a brand new playthrough or start from Chapter 2. Start from the start of Chapter 2. Anyway, everybody, I hope you enjoyed the stream. And I will see you again next Friday when we will see what the consequences of all my decisions now have been. For the DLC. Take it easy, everybody. Have yourself a good evening.